Hi guys, it's the Innovative Minds tutor, Mr. Richard. So in this video, we are going to work with paper 1 mathematics grade 11. For those of you who are in South Africa, who are doing CAPS, even if you're not in South Africa, there's always a room for learning, right? So we are at November 2020. So this question paper was written in Eastern Cape in the province of Eastern Cape, in one of the province in South Africa, right? So guys, grade 11, as you are preparing for paper 1, this is what you should note, guys, when it comes to question 1. Question 1, you must get total, right? Fight to get total, right? So let's go to the first equation there. At 1.1, we are given 3x plus 2x minus 5 is equals to 0. So this is sort of the product of vectors. So we don't have to simplify this. We just have to equate everything to 0. How many marks is that? That's 2 marks, right? Let's put this into practice. So we have question 1. And we have 1.1 as well as 1.1.1. So we have 3x plus 2 as well as x minus 4 minus 5, sorry for that, equated to 0. So you are going to equate everything to 0. So it's 3x plus 2 equated to 0, or x minus 5 equated to 0. So we are going to take 2 to the other side. So it's going to be 3x is equals to negative 2. Divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 3. X is negative 2 all over 3. So we are going to take negative 5 to the other side. So it's going to be x, it's positive 5. Remember, the transposing part. So after, when we are done with this, you just have to go back and substitute so that you confirm that it gives you 0, right? So that's 0, right? Okay, so let's go to 1.1.2. At 1.1.2, it's 3x squared minus 5x minus 1 is equals to 0, correct to 2 deci places. So definitely, the factors of 1 doesn't satisfy the middle term. So we should use completing the square, or we can use a quadratic formula. Any of the method it's applicable, it will give you correct answers, right? Let's put this into practice. So we have 1.1.2. So we have 3x squared minus 5x minus 1 equated to 0. So to make things simpler here, guys, we will apply the quadratic formula. But first thing first, your A it's 3, your B it's negative 5, and your C it's negative 1. So you are going to use a quadratic formula in this case. So let's apply a quadratic formula. It's going to be negative b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Right, okay. So what is your b there? It's negative 5. You place negative 5 there, plus or minus. Then your b, it's negative 5 squared. We substitute a as 3, c as negative 1. Okay. It's very important to mind your signs so that you get total at question 1. Negative and negative, it's positive. So it's going to be 5 plus or minus root. Then when we square negative 5 squared, it will be positive 25. Okay, negative 4 times 3, that will be negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 1, that will be positive 12, right? So positive 12 divided by 6. So what we could do there, let's work out this thing that is inside the brackets. Okay, we have 25 squared. We have, 25 there. Plus 12. What is that? What are we going to get? We are going to get 37. 2 plus 25 plus 12, that is 37, right? So we are going to have x is equals to negative 5 plus minus root 37 divided by 2. So remember that they want you to leave this correct to 2 deci places. Punch your calculator there, punch negative 5 plus, press your calculator, and okay. Oh, where am I getting 6 there? It's 2 times 3, which is 6. 2, I mean, sorry for that. It should be 6 here. So we are going to have negative 5 plus root 37 divided by 6. That will be 0, okay, correct to 2 decimal places. It should be 0,18. Okay, or the other one, negative 5 minus root 37. What is that? That will be, okay, right, that will be negative 1,85. Correct to 2 decimal places. Then you get your marks there, guys. So then you get your marks, right? So we are going to 1.3. That's a sad equation, but we need to rearrange it well so that we are able to get rid of the root, right? So it's a sad equation, this one. Let's work on it. Right, we're at 1.1.3. Let's put it into practice. 1.1.3, what are we given there? X is equals to 4 minus root x minus 2. Yes, x is equals to 4 minus root x minus 2. So first thing first, we need to, let's transpose 4 to the other side. Okay, but let's transpose root x, negative root x to the other side. It becomes root x minus 2. Let's transpose x to the other side. It becomes 4 minus negative x. So to get the root, we need to isolate the set. We have already isolated the set. So now we should square both sides. Okay, when we square both sides, 2 and the root will get rid of each other. We are left with x minus 2. You square the first there, it will be 16. The power multiplies everything. 2 times 4, that will be 8 times negative x. That will be negative 8x. Then square the last term, that will be positive x squared. Rearrange this into standard form. Is going to be x squared minus 8, not 18, minus 8x, right? Then we take x to the other side, it becomes negative x. Take negative 2 to the other side, it becomes positive 12 plus 16, right? Okay. Okay, we have written this well, x squared minus 8x, then there's plus 16 there. Then transposing this, what would be this? Okay, we have minus 8x and x, that will be minus 9x, right? And we have 16 plus 2, that will be 18. Okay, right, so we need to find the factors that will give us 18 and 9. Definitely it should be 3 and 6, right? So since the last sign here at this trinomial, it's positive, so we will have different same signs. I mean, not different. It only becomes different when it's negative here. So we are going to have minus 6 and minus 3, because negative 6 minus 3 is negative 9, and negative 6 times negative 3, that will be positive 8. You will then equate everything to 0. So it's going to be x minus 3 is equal to 0 and x minus 6 is equal to 0. Transpose 6 to the other side, becomes positive 6. Transpose negative 3, it becomes positive 3. You are not done, guys. This is a side equation. We need to check for validation. Take your calculator there. Where there is a x, let's put 6. It will be 6 here. No? Let's go to the right and to the left hand side. So it's going to be okay, 4 minus root 6 subtracted by 2. What is that? It's 2, and this side is 6, so this means it's not valued here. So let's take 3. If we put 3 here, it will be 3. So let's put 4. So, okay, 3 minus 2. It's 3. Well, so the solution is x is equals to 3. This is not applicable. NA not applicable. So x is equals to 3. Hope you saw what I did there. Then let's go to our question there. At what are we having? Oh, a beautiful linear equation. Okay, oh, it's not arranged in a standard manner, in a standard form, so we need to arrange it in a standard form. So we are given 1.1.4 there, and we have 2x squared plus 5x, then transpose 3 to the other side, it becomes -3, it's less than or equal to 0. So from here, yeah, a lot of people find this difficult to factorize, right? But I have a technique for you, right? I call it a cross method. So let's start with the first term. So the first term is 2x squared, so it will be 2x and x. The factors of 3, it's 1 and 3. 2 times x, it's 2x times 3, it's 6x. And 1 times x is going to be x. So to get the middle term, you're going to say 6 minus x, that will be 5x. So these factors are valid. So we can use them here. So we're having 2x and 1, and we're having x as well as 3 here. Okay, x and 3. Then what about the sign? Since it's negative here, the signs will be different. Here we are going to have negative, we are going to have positive, right? So you can just take equate these. Remember, it's less than or equal to 0. For confirmation, you can take 1/2 and substitute here. You will find that it will give you 0. So in that manner, it is correct. Okay, so let's find the critical values there. So this will be x half, and this will be -3. Okay, this will be -3. All right, so graphically, in a graphical form, we can put this in this manner. This will be -3, and this will be half. Okay, so graphically, all right, you can put shaded dots here, it's fine, but there are many techniques to work with this. Any preferable method that you think it's suitable for this linear equations, because others may use a table of signs, others may write it graphically, but it's correct, right? We are not done. We need to put this in an inequality form, so it will be -3 is greater than x but less or equal to half. Okay, why it is so? Because these values are going below, so they are going below. The values of x are going below in this case. So that's how you can work with this inequality. Any preferable method that you may think of can apply there. So let's go to 1.2. At 1.2, we are required to simplify the following without using a calculator. All right, let's fly then. Let's simply fly. How can we fly? We need a Red Bull. Where do we get our Red Bull? Those are your laws of exponents. Let's go to 1.2.1. Let's put this into practice. So we have 1.2.1 there. Remember, we had 1.2. So we are given as 8/27, 2 to the power of 3. So we need to change. What we should do there, let's put the bigger brackets. So that let's change 2 8. So it will be 2 to the power of 3 into exponential form. Change 27. It will be 3 to the power of 3. Okay. All right. 2/3. So what we can do here in this case, we can factor out. So we are going to have 2/3 to the power of 3. And we have this 2/3 there. Okay. Sorry for that. This should be like this. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, this 3 will times this. So what are we going to have? 3 and 3, they will cancel each other. So we will square everything here. 2 squared, that will be 4. 3 squared, that will be 9. So that's how you can work with 1.2.1. Let's go to this. We are given a set root 12 plus 2 and root 3 minus 1. Let's put this into practice also. So remember, it's 1.2.2. So we are having root 12 there plus 2 root 3 minus 1. You can use a distributive law or a FOIL method. I prefer a FOIL in this case. So just say 12 root times root 3 there. You are going to get 6, right? And 2 times root 3 is going to be 2 root 3. And 1 times -12 root 12, it's going to be minus 12 root there. Then 2 times -1, that's going to be -2. Oh, why am I putting a bracket? Okay, sorry for that. When we simplify this, it's the same as 4 times 3. So square root of 4, it's the same as 2. So we are going to have 2 root 3. So we are going to have 2 root 3 in this case again. Minus 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3. That's a like term, so it's going to be 0. 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 is going to be 0. We're left with 6 minus 2. So that will be 4. Okay. Right. Let's keep exercising our mind. Let's go to 1.3. Solve for x and y simultaneously. 5y minus x is equal to 2, 3x squared minus 3xy plus 4y is equal to 4. So we need to put this into practice. Okay, let's work with 1.3. It's a simultaneous, guys. We are given 5y minus x is equals to 2. And we are given x squared minus 3xy plus 4y is equals to 4. So first thing first, the easiest equation to work with, it's always a linear function, right? In this case, let's work with a linear function. So to make y the subject will be tedious because we avoid fractions. So we know that fractions can be tedious, but they are time consuming. So let's take 5y to the other side. So we are going to have negative 6, which is 2 minus 5y. Divide both sides by negative 1. This will be positive. Divide by negative 1. This will be negative. Divide by negative 1. This will be 5y. So to write it in a standard form shall be 5y minus 2. So this is equation 1. And you will name this equation 2. So take substitute equation 1 into 2 to make life easier. Meaning that where there is x, we shall put 5y minus 2. Okay, in this case, we are going to say 5y minus 2 squared. As well as where there is x, we shall put 5y minus 2. Sorry for that. 5y minus 2 plus 4 is equals to 4. So let's work out the bracket. Square the first, that will be 25y squared. 2 times 5y, that will be 10. 10y times negative 2, that will be 20y. Then square the last, then that will be 4. Then let's work out these parts. Okay, remember that there's y here. I forgot to put y. 5y times y is going to be 5y squared, and 5y squared times negative 3 is going to be negative 15y squared. Y times negative 2 is going to be negative 2y times negative 6 is going to be positive 6y plus 4. Take the other 4 and equate it to 0. So we are going to have 4 minus 4 there. So let's write this in the standard form by collecting the like terms. Let's start with 25y squared and minus 15y squared. So what will be that? That will be 10y squared, right? So it will be 10y squared. So we already have negative 20y as well as 6y there. Let me negative 20y plus 6y. What is that? Negative 20 plus 6, that will be minus 14y. Okay, then we have 4. We have 4 plus 4 minus 4. Okay, we have 4, right, plus 4, which is 8, minus 4, that will be 4. So we have this. Okay, so when we have this, you can divide both sides by let's see, 2 is divisible, right? So this will be 5y squared. What about 7? 2 is also divisible. Then 14 divided by 2, that will be 7y. Okay, then how many times does it go to 4? It goes twice, equals to 0. So in this case, we can use also the method that I show you, which is cross method. Others will use a quadratic. I know here they will use a quadratic, but it's also correct, but time consuming. When you know factorization, it's quite easy. 5y and y there. Factors of 2, that will be 1 and 2. Let's see. 5 times 2, that will be 10y, and y times y, that will be y. to, let's see, does it give us minus 7y? No. Let's swap the factors there. But yeah, it also, you can use a quadratic might be your lifesaver in this case. So we have 2 and 1. Let's see, 5 times y is going to be 5y. 2 times y is going to be 2y. To get to minus 7, we could say negative 5 minus 2, that will be minus 7y. Okay, so our factors is 5 and 5y. It's going to be 5y and 2. Okay, and we have y and 1 equated to 0. So since the positive sign, the last time has positive sign, we are going to have same signs here. So we are going to equate everything to 0. This is going to be 5 y is equals to 2, or y is equals to 1. Then divide both sides, that will be 2 all over 5, or y is equals to 1. We are not done. We can go to the first equation so that we can get x there. Let's take 2 all over 5. Let's first transpose 2 all over 5 there. Okay, minus 2 all over 5 and multiplied by 5 subtracted by 2, that will be 0. So meaning that x here in this case will be 0 when we put 2 all over 5. But what about when we put 1? So let's see, x is equals to 5 times 1. Okay, minus 2. 5 times 1, it's 5, and 5 minus 2, that's 3. So in this case, x, it's 3. When it's in this case, when y is 1, x is 3. So that's how you can work with this semi-tenuous equation. Now let's go to 1.4, which will be our last question in this video. Right. The diagram, these are weird problems that in all the measurements, they can link anything in mathematics just to confuse you, but don't panic. The diagram below shows an oval piece of land that Ailey acquired for his polarity project. He decided to use the biggest possible rectangular piece of the land out of the entire piece. The rectangular piece will have a length of 2x meters and a breadth of y meters as shown. So we can see a rectangle there, it's shaded, and it is inside a triangle. So let's go. At 1.4.1, show that the area A of the rectangle can be written as 280x minus 4x squared. Okay, all right. Okay, that the perimeter of the rectangle is 280 meters. So we need to show that the area is given as this. Okay, so to make things simpler, guys, we are told that it is given that the perimeter is equals to 280 meters. What is the perimeter of a rectangle? The perimeter of a rectangle is 2 length plus 2 breadth, right? So remember that the perimeter is the distance around the shape. We are given perimeter as 280, and we're in our diagram there, we are given length as 2x and y as our breadth or our width, right? So our length is going to be 2x. Okay, our width or breadth is going to be y. So we are going to have 2x times 2x, that will be 4x plus 2y. Our aim here is to make y the subject of the formula. I will explain in detail why we make y. Let's take 4x to the other side. It's going to be 280 minus 4x is equals to 2y. Then we will divide both sides by 2, divide both sides by 2, divide both sides by 2. So 280 divided by 2, definitely that should be 140. So we are going to have 140 there. How many times does it goes? It goes twice. So 4 divided by 2 is 2x, as well as y here. This and this cancel. So we are having 140 minus 2x. Remember that the length of the area of a rectangle is 8 times length. It's length times breadth, right? So what is your length there? Your length, remember, it's given as 2x. What is your breadth? Your breadth is given as 140 subtracted by 2x. So what is 2x times, what is 2 times 40 there? 140, sorry for that. That will be 180x. as well as 2x times negative 2x is going to be 4x squared. Okay, so that will be the area, guys, in this context. So that will be the area. That will be the area of this. We have shown indeed this is 100% correct. We are not done. They said determine the maximum possible area that the rectangle can occupy. When they say the maximum area, you must think of this. This is a function, guys, but what type of function is this? It's a parabola, but it's a sad one because a here, remember that it is in this form. It is in this form, ax squared plus bx, right? There's no c here in this case. So the a, it's negative. When a, it's negative, a is going to be a is less than 0, then it will be a set face. It will be a set face. So when they say at maximum, they are talking about the turning point. So this graph is at maximum. So we are going to look for a turning point of this, right? So we are going to use this formula, negative b all over 2a. Okay, so what is our b there? Our b, it's negative, it's 280. Sorry for that. So it's going to be negative 280. Our a, it's negative 4 there. So what are we going to have? Okay, we are going to have 280 divided by 8. That will be 35. So in other words, x is going to be 35. We haven't calculated the maximum area. For us to get the maximum area, you go back to the original graph, which is 280 x minus 4x squared. Let's place 35 there. 280. Then we are going to place 35 as well as 35 squared. Okay, so it's going to be 280 multiplied by 35. Okay, 4 multiplied by 35 squared. What will be that? That will be 4,900 meter, 4,900 meter squared, since we're given in meter. So if you don't write your unit, then you will be wrong. 4,900 meter squared. So that's how you can work with such question. Others will prefer to get the turning point. You can also derive using the derivative. If you were in grade 12, you were supposed to do it like this: derivative of x, that a prime x there, that will be 280 minus 8x, then we put 0 here. So you're going to have 280 minus 8x, then take negative 8x to the other side. It will be equals to 280. So let's see, 280 divided by 8. That definitely that will give us 35. Then you will substitute here. So you can also use this way, right? Or you could find the x values and then add them, divide by 2. Still you get the same thing, right? So that's how you can work with question 1. See you on the next video, which is question 2, where we are going to look at the exponents as well as patterns. Tomorrow's videos will be based on patterns and functions. We will also guide you in probability and financial maths as you are writing your paper 1. So what are you waiting for? Let's grow this community. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And remember, we love you.